also speak about my own personal commitment to the education of Ogbomoso. I will give every year 4 best students in JAM scholarship through university. And this will be chosen from the 5 local governments. The 4 best students in JAM results will have a free ride through university. The principal whose school has the best students will get annually 500,000 from me personally. This is to encourage the principals. And the 5 best students in each of the 5 local governments will every year have what I call dinner with the king. These 25 people will always have dinner with me. This is just to encourage our students to do well. And this is to challenge other people who are in this town to make sure that no student is left behind. Business leaders and sons and daughters of Ogbomoso land and friends of our great city, ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you all with warm royal greetings. It gives me profound joy and a deep sense of responsibility to stand before you today at this historic gathering. This is the maiden edition of Ogbomoso Economic Summit. Today is just not another day, it is a defining moment for us as a town and of our land. We are not here merely to talk, but chart a course, and for all of us as sons and daughters to dream together and to set in motion the forces that will change the destiny of Ogbomoso land and for generations to come. The theme of this summit, Unlocking the Economic Potential in Ogbomoso land, is both timely and visionary. It is more than just a slogan. It is a mandate. It speaks directly to the immense opportunities that lie within us, waiting to be discovered, nurtured, and harnessed for collective progress and prosperity of our land. It is a call to action. It challenges our spirit as a people and dares to rise above limitation. And it presents to us with opportunity to rewrite the future of Ogbomoso land. I stand before you today convinced that Ogbomoso land is on the brink of great economic awakening. The seeds of prosperity are already within us. What remains is the will to plant, to water, and what remains then is the will to plant, to water, and then harvest. If we rise to this challenge with unity, with courage, and vision, and history will always remember this very gathering as the turning point for economic story. Before destiny entrusted me with the secret responsibility to the throne of Shaun of Ogbomoso land, I spent decades in the world of business, building enterprise, leading people, and engaging across the nations. And if there is one lesson I have learned, it is this opportunity to always serve or arrive ready-made at a place. At times, we must create then because they are not always there. At times, we must dig deep, like a farmer sowing seeds in the dry soil, believing against all odds that in due seasons, abundance will surely come. Ogbomoso land is not just a city. This is not just another town. It is a legacy. That's what our town is. Our history is rich with courage and resilience and enterprise. From the days of Seun Ogunlola, our founding hero, Ogbomoso has always been a place of defense, of innovation, and of hospitality. Our land is blessed with fertile soil. We are blessed with industrious people. And there is a strategic location of where we are for commerce. We are the gateway to the north and gateway to the south of Nigeria. Yet, as rich as our history is, our true calling today is not merely to celebrate the past, but to build a future that generations yet unborn will continue to celebrate. The truth is this: Ogbomoso is not that poor. We are only underutilized. We have the land that can feed nations. We have a people whose hands are skilled, we have whose hands are skilled, whose hearts are sharp, whose hearts are resilient. We have children and values that attract global administration. What we need is a shift in thinking and the courage to act. Imagine an Ogbomoso where agriculture is not just subsistence, but commercial, where our cassava, our yam, maize, and cashew especially, do not only feed families, but power industries and export markets. Imagine a city where technology hubs emerge from Lautech graduates, where young men and innovators build solutions for Africa. And beyond, imagining the thriving town of Ogbomoso, whose economy showcases in all places. Our festivals, our crafts, our heritage, we can surely export all of this to the world. Let's imagine Ogbomoso with industries, with textile, agro-processing, and Ogbomoso with renewable energy, rising from our soil, creating jobs and prosperity for our people. But let us be clear, these dreams will not happen by wishful thinking. They require courage, they require vision and partnerships. We must confront our challenges with honesty, the gaps that we have in infrastructure, our limited access to finance and entrepreneurs, and limited finances to farmers, the underutilization of technology, and the disparity between abundant resources and the level of investment that we have. This is why a summit like this is important. They are real, these challenges. But we believe that with a summit like this, a lot of these questions that we have in our hearts and the gaps that we're experiencing will be addressed. So it's not just another gathering. It is a gathering to action. It is a summit to action. I promised the minister this morning in the palace that our coming is not going to be in vain, because we are definitely sowing a seed of greatness even in this place today. We are believing that the different speakers that we are going to have will provide solutions that many of us are going to take and surely run with. To our youth, you are the greatest asset we have. Do not wait for the government or anyone else to hand you a future. Rise, learn new skills, build businesses, and create solutions. That's the world we live in today. Do not despise the days of small beginnings. What matters is not the size of how you start, but the direction of your journey. When I first ventured into business, I started very small. At one point, I sold rugs, I sold carpet. Then I went into selling used cars. Then I went into selling shirts and clothing. I did all manners of business. I sold stationaries. Who would have thought that such humble beginnings will one day grow up to become a global enterprise? I'm the chairman of several companies, including an international company, Great Place to Work. Yet, I never neglected the hardly steps. I believed in them, and through them, I gained knowledge. With discipline and resilience, qualities that later became invaluable when my business grew larger. The lesson is simple. No beginning is too small if you have the vision and you have the perseverance and the resilience to nurture it. To our business leaders and investors, the time to invest in Ogbomoso is now. There are untapped gold here, not buried in the ground, but in our vital land. Our strategic location and our resilient people. When you invest there, you build not just for profit, but a lasting legacy. And to all sons and daughters of Ogbomoso land, at home and abroad, let us unite our resources, our networks, and surely our wisdom. Great cities of the world were built because of their people and because they believed in their cities. Let us not compete in smallest and small talks. Let us collaborate for greatness of Ogbomoso land. Let's support local talents that we have. Let's buy our local products. And let's mentor the younger generation for the future. I stand before you today not just as Kabiesi, but as one who has known the sweat of building, who knows the struggles of starting, who knows the patience of waiting, and the joy of seeing your vision fulfilled. The same principles that make businesses succeed, discipline, clarity, persistence, are the same principles that will unlock the destiny of Ogbomoso land. Let me leave you with this challenge, and let us not hand the next generation excuses why we couldn't do certain things. Let us hand them possibilities, which is one of the reasons for summits like this. Let us leave them with, let us not leave them with abandoned dreams. Let us leave them with thriving institutions. Let's leave the next generation with industries and innovations. And the time to do all of that is now, not tomorrow. And the place to do it is here now in the Ogbomoso land. These people are us. Together, let us unlock the economic potential of Ogbomoso land. Let us be remembered as a generation that refused to sit back and complain about the government. Let us instead rise with courage, which is what Ogbomoso people and sons and daughters are noted for. With courage to build a great city, to build a model city that other cities will be envious of. Let us be remembered as the bridge between greatness of our past and the promise of a greater future. Let us be remembered like that. If each of us here today commit to doing just one thing, planting an idea, supporting a dream, if we all make up our mind and nurturing a youth, investing in a venture in this land, that's why we're calling on our sons and daughters. We have invested a lot outside Ogbomoso. It's time to invest in our town. And for us to do one thing, to speak of our town, Ogbomoso, very positively. Let's stop all the negative babbling. Let's think of our city as God sees this city. He gave us a lot. He gave us a unique cashew that is the best in the world. He gave us mango that doesn't taste like that anywhere in the world. Instead of complaining about each other, why don't you think about investing in our town? By the time we gather here again next year, may we not only celebrate discussions that we have had at this summit, but also let's have testimonies of new businesses that has been launched, that people can say, I came for this summit, and this is why I started my business. This is to our sons and daughters. We have the farmlands. Let's transform them. Let's open new factories. Let's create jobs for our youth. Let's get them empowered. We believe that investors, this summit will be an eye-opener to investors to think about our town. Let's develop a model town. I keep saying this. That's what we deserve. God has given us amazing, intelligent people, courageous people. We are called the land of valiance. So let us rise, let us build. Let us prove to the world that there is a future that truly begins here in Ogbomoso land. Let us live here determined to act. Let us live here to plant, to build. Let's live here to innovate, to invest. Let's live here to support the vision. Because together, our small steps will become giant steps for Ogbomoso land. And from there, giant leaps. History will record that our people once gathered in unity, in courage, and in hope. And from that gathering, a new dawn broke forth in our land, Ogbomoso. I thank you will all for honoring this invitation. You will let us have great ideas. You will let us have good investment. And you will let industries be open in our town. And your love for the town will be shown like that. And this is for us who are sons and daughters of Ogbomoso, who are here, who are watching online, and who are in diaspora. It is time for us to build a model city called Ogbomoso land. God bless you.
The Executive Governor of Oyo State, Engineer Seyi Makinde, ably represented by the Honorable Commissioner of Information, Culture and Orientation, Prince Dotun Ojelade. Yes. The convener of this inaugural and historic summit, His Imperial Majesty Oba Ghandi Afolabi Olaoye Orumogege III, the Soun of Ogbomoso land. Honorable members of the Oyo State Executive Council, the vast array of royalty here present, high chiefs, and members of the Soun in Council, today's institutional host, the Vice Chancellor, Ladoke Akintola University of Technology, Professor Razak Olatunde Kalilu, the Chair of the Summit Planning Committee, the Commerce and Industry Committee, Dr. Samson Adekoke Megida, representatives of the organized private sector, leaders of commerce, industry, and academia, distinguished speakers, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, students, good morning. It is my first time in Ogbomoso. Standing in the historic city of Ogbomoso today, one cannot help but recognize a place that embodies the spirit of enterprise and innovation. A city whose story mirrors Nigeria's broad quest for inclusive and sustainable growth. This Maiden Ogbomoso Economic Summit, themed Unlocking the Economic Potential of Ogbomoso Land, comes at a pivotal moment in our national development journey. It reflects a forward-looking determination to convert comparative advantage into competitive strength, to reposition Ogbomoso not only as an agricultural heartland, but as a thriving hub for light manufacturing, technology, and commerce that can anchor inclusive growth across Oyo State and beyond. I would like to particularly acknowledge and thank His Imperial Majesty. He extended a personal invitation to me and followed up all the way through his team with every possible logistical support to have me here today and to my next appointment. Thank you for the honor. Thank you for the invitation. You're a man whose visionary leadership has inspired a sharp and positive inflection point in this city's renaissance. His Majesty's 25-year Digital Economic Growth Plan, and indeed this very summit, reflects a deep understanding that the future of Nigeria's prosperity lies in the strength of its local economies. I also commend the Oyo State government for its steadfast collaboration with the federal government in advancing inclusive economic growth through infrastructure development, enterprise support, and targeted investment promotion. Ogbomoso stands as one of the most economically dynamic cities in southwest Nigeria. It is the second largest city in Oyo State and home to a highly industrious, youth-driven population. The energy of this city has always been its people, innovative, resilient, and entrepreneurial. And I know several people from here. My first cousin is an Ogbomoso wife. I've worked with people like Mrs. Shinaba, so many people from here. Every cashew season, Ogbomoso produces between 20,000 and 50,000 tons of cashew, one of the highest quality grades in the world. For decades, these nuts have traveled thousands of miles to India and Vietnam for processing, creating jobs abroad, while farmers here earn far less than they should. Imagine instead an Ogbomoso where cashew is processed, packaged, and branded locally, where what leaves this city is not raw produce, but high-value products carrying the proudly made in Nigeria mark. This is the difference between selling raw crops, which is in essence exporting our prosperity. Beyond cashew, this region is rich in cassava, mangoes, oranges, other commodities that sustain thousands of livelihoods. But Ogbomoso's story has never been agrarian alone. It has always been fundamentally commercial. For generations, traders from Ogbomoso built networks reaching as far as Ghana and beyond northern Nigeria. Even when history brought migration shocks and many returns came home, the entrepreneurial instinct only deepened. And I know that there are many Ogbomoso people from the diaspora still watching even today. They reinvested their skills and capital, seeding businesses and strengthening markets that still anchor this city's economy today. And then there is Soun, the most prestigious Ashoke. For centuries, Ogbomoso weavers have clothed royalty in this fabric. Today, that heritage can become a modern export, a contribution to Nigeria's contemporary Afrofusion apparel industry. Imagine a textile and craft cluster here, one that brings weavers together, enforces quality standards, and provides dyeing, finishing, packaging, and digital market access across Africa and beyond. Yes, I see it. With cooperatives, loom finance, and a geographical indicator mark protecting the authenticity of Soun Ogbomoso, heritage becomes industry and culture becomes jobs. As global stars wear our fabrics on world stages, Ogbomoso artisans deserve to prosper in hard currency from the work of their hands. The presence of Ladoke Akintola University of Technology, with over 30,000 students and over 3,000 members of staff, is another unique advantage. Every semester, this institution produces not just graduates, but ideas, research, and talent that can drive industrial growth. With better links between academia and enterprise, LAUTECH can serve as the heartbeat of an innovation ecosystem, turning classrooms into incubators and knowledge into wealth creation. Let me pause a bit to tell you a short story. I needed to place somebody in my team, and we were looking for who. We'd interviewed a couple of people, and then we got a recommendation. So the gentleman came into my office. It was about 4 or 5 years ago when I was special advisor to the president, to the former president, on ease of doing business. And he was wearing very fashionable outfits, some funny Ankara trousers, a cap. And immediately he walked in. His very spirit, his conduct, I asked him questions, and I said, you know what? I told my then project manager, he can have the job, but make sure you tell him how to dress for a government job. That person has been with me since then, has traveled around the world with me, has stayed loyal when many others have been attracted to his talent, and has really spotlighted me in the world. And that person is a graduate of this university and a son of the soil. And his name is Oluwasegun Oke, and he's my official photographer. His talent is recognized all over the world, everywhere we go, and the photographs, our Instagram page, and of course he works with a team. His colleagues are here. But that is the talent of the young Nigerian. And from here, a proud son of the soil and graduate of this institution. So we must also acknowledge the industrial strength of past decades. Once, Ogbomoso hosted a strong manufacturing footprint from flour mills to processing, but much of that capacity has been eroded. The task now is revival with reinvention, restoring industrial capacity and embedding technology, export readiness, and quality systems from the very beginning. And this is not just about rebuilding factories, it is about rebuilding them smarter, greener, and more competitive. The planned Sigvend industrial cluster is one of the boldest steps towards this goal. Redesigned to link research and development with manufacturing and technology enterprises, it has the potential to become one of the largest industrial clusters in Africa. This is not merely about infrastructure, it represents an economic renaissance that will create jobs, attract investment, and integrate Ogbomoso into continental and global value chains. Similarly, the 25-year Ogbomoso Digital Economic Growth Plan, launched earlier this year, is an ambitious blueprint for transformation. It envisions a knowledge-driven economy where agriculture, education, and commerce are powered by technology and innovation. Faithfully implemented, this plan will ensure that Ogbomoso does not only catch up with global trends, but leads as a model for grassroots-driven digital prosperity. These are not abstract aspirations. They are the foundation for the next phase of Ogbomoso's evolution, a future where resilience and heritage meet innovation and industrial strength. Your Imperial Majesty, Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the Federal Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment remains fully committed to deepening inclusive growth and development across Nigeria's regions. Ogbomoso land is an ideal frontier for this agenda. Our focus is clear: to leverage export-driven trade, attract investment, and deliver industrialization to drive prosperity for all. Through the African Continental Free Trade Area, Nigeria has access to a single market of 1.4 billion people and a combined GDP exceeding $3.4 trillion. The agreement eliminates tariffs for up to 90% of goods traded across the continent, creating enormous opportunities for local producers and manufacturers. For Ogbomoso, this means that a cashew processor, a mango juice producer, a cassava processor, or a textile manufacturer based right here can now compete in Ghana, Kenya, or Rwanda duty-free. This means that SMEs in this region can expand their market reach, scale their production, and access regional value chains. Equally, under the Made in Nigeria for Exports initiative, the federal government is driving the establishment of special economic and agro-processing zones designed to enhance local manufacturing capacity, attract foreign direct investment, and promote non-oil exports. Projects such as the Enyimba Economic City in the southeast and Kano's Dala Inland Byport exemplify this approach. Ogbomoso's emerging Sigbent industrial cluster, with its free trade area potential, can follow this same model, connecting Ogbomoso's industrial ecosystem to continental and global trade routes. Our ministry continues to collaborate with its agencies, the Bank of Industry, Nigerian Export Promotion Council, Nigerian Export-Import Bank, NEXIM, SMIDAN, and many more, to strengthen access to credit, promote export readiness, and enhance the competitiveness of Nigeria's enterprises. Beyond policy, infrastructure development remains central. The ongoing dualization of the Oyo-Ogbomoso Expressway is critical for trade efficiency, reducing logistics costs, and ensuring swift movement of goods to and from industrial hubs. This kind of infrastructure support is essential to bridge the gap between potential and performance. I commend the Oyo State government for its partnership with the federal government in translating policies into results. Together, we can ensure that Ogbomoso land does not only host clusters and factories on paper, but brings them to life, creating jobs, expanding markets, and shaping prosperity that is felt in every household. To our royalty here present and community leaders, your voice carries weight. Keep championing development, opening doors for investment, and protecting inclusive growth. You are the bridge between vision and execution, between government policy and community buy-in. And thank you so much for being here in your large numbers. It shows that you care, it shows that you bought into the vision and that you're committed to seeing this land prosper. To our youth, Ogbomoso's future will be written by your creativity and your courage. With over 30,000 of you coming through LAUTECH and all the other youth in Ogbomoso land, the ideas, the research, the skills are already in your hands. Channel that energy into startups, digital solutions, and vocational excellence. The world is moving fast, and your innovation will ensure that Ogbomoso land keeps pace and leads. Indeed, it's the only thing that can. As Winston Churchill once said, the empires of the world were first the empires of the mind. To the private sector, Ogbomoso is open for business. This is real proof. Agro-processing, textiles, digital services, logistics, these are not distant prospects. They are today's opportunities. Every ton of cashew, every bale of soy, every bag of cassava flour will carry more value if processed, branded, and marketed from here. The businesses that thrive will be those that seize the AFCFTA opportunities with both hands, build trusted brands, and position Ogbomoso as a regional hub for export-ready goods. With bold macroeconomic reforms, investment incentives, and infrastructure improvements, like the Oyo-Ogbomoso Expressway, this city is primed for growth supported by government. Seize the moment. The investors who move first, will leap the furthest. In conclusion, the story of Ogbomoso has always been one of resilience, innovation, and growth. From its agricultural heritage to its rising industrial ambition, this city embodies the spirit of possibility. Today, that story enters a new chapter, one where Ogbomoso's youth, entrepreneurs, and investors can look to the future with confidence, the future where made in Ogbomoso products are exported across Africa and the world, a future where innovation meets tradition and where prosperity is built from the grassroots up. Indeed, the time has come to reinvent Ogbomoso's advantages into measurable outcomes. The resources are here, the people are ready, and the leadership is committed. The opportunities have never been greater. The Federal Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment stands ready to partner with Oyo State, with the Seun and the Seun Council, and the great people of Ogbomoso in realizing this vision. Let this summit serve as a catalyst to unlock the vast economic potential of this great land. Thank you for your attention. God bless Ogbomoso land, God bless Oyo State, and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you.
Imperial Majesty, Oba Afolabi Olaoye Ghandi Afolabi III. Our dear royal fathers present here, permit me to use Professor Akintola to extend my greeting, and that for a purpose. Ekukale, the representative of His Excellency, Prince Dr. Oyolade, the Honorable Commissioners, distinguished guests, our dear people of Ogbomoso, thank you for being here today. Now, there is one thing you have to learn as a public person. This is for the younger people. You have to learn how to speak after a pastor. The reason is that pastors have that special skills of handling microphone. And if you have been attending programs that His Imperial Majesty have to give speeches, you will know that those are very coherent, just untouched speeches that you can hardly fault in any way. Thank you, Kabesi, and thank our dear governor for giving us a visionary Oba at this time. Yes, our forefathers were warriors, but maybe our fathers realized that they need economic power. So our fathers were entrepreneurs. Unfortunately, they were entrepreneurs, but they were too individualistic in their thinking. Just a few meters from here, whenever we're coming into Ogbomoso, there is one thing that always signifies that we've entered Ogbomoso, and that is the cottage of industry that is owned by one single individual, that is Alata. You see Alata flour mill, Alata candle, Alata this, Alata that, and all sorts of investment. And not only him, my own father also have a company called Oba Ghandi Afolabi, no king as God, W.F. Salawu and Sons. You see, one thing I realized from all these people is that they could have done better if they allow collaborations. People coming together to invest. In doing that, you share risk and there is sustainability in plans of successions of these businesses. Yeah, you can say some survived, but very few do survive. You can imagine if Alata had established all those in partnering with 2 or 3 more people of his own time, there will be more effective way in sustaining those businesses, and succession plan couldn't have been a problem. So, Kabiyesi, as part of what we have in mind, as part of all the deliberations, because the main reason why we are here today is to increase the quality, economic quality life of our people. And what is economy? Economy is about wealth, income, and the resources. Everybody wants to do better, but sometimes the mentorship is a problem. We thank God for the kind of leadership we have, which is focused and pointer at this time around. I will just plead with us, we all should encourage and support our dear King. In our own capacity as, let me not say totally a politician, as a son of the soil, as a business person, and as Babalaje of Ogbomoso, I'm reassuring you, Kabiyesi, I will do everything humanly possible to support you in whatever plan you have. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. Thank you, Kabiyesi.
So I say I'm here today on behalf of my tribe, right? So we are planning to establish what we call Oak Center Prime at Olo in Orire local government in Ogbomoso. When we are in full capacity, thank you.
Thank you, warm people of Ogbomoso, thank you.
Thank you. That's an institution that is going to be serving about 250 children with special needs and disabilities resident on the center. It's going to have a health center which will serve that community as well as serve the community, with children and young people as well. Now, what with all the statistics and the calculations that we have done, when we are at full capacity, we will be able to attend to about 1,000 children with special needs in a year that will be coming and going and using the facilities with therapies and different things that we will be doing. Now, that kind of an institution, we have, worked the maths and see that we will be employing about 600 members of staff minimum in that kind of an institution. Wow. And that is the reason for that is because children with disabilities, they come in different forms, shapes, and sizes. My daughter, for example, when she, was still here, was assessed to be 2-to-1 because attending to them, you need, one person might not be able to really attend to one child with complex medical needs, for example.
That's right.
For example, yesterday we had a rally in Ogbomoso here, and we went from seminary up until the palace, to see the king and all that, and to raise awareness about disability matters. And I saw one woman, a parent carer, who came in with a 14-year-old son. that image has not left me, and it will not leave me. Because if I don't know the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing, that gave me a reason again yesterday. She came in with a son, 14 years old, and she was carrying the child like this because the child has no mobility, the child couldn't walk, and there are no wheelchairs. So, and the woman was quite short, and the first thing that came to my mind was, your back, you know? And she said, there's no helper. Now, those are the kind of issues that we will be dealing with at that center. And so that's why the number of staff is that high. So for me, what will make the place that I'm going to bring this level of numbers of staff, what will make that place attractive? I need to know. And that's why I'm here. So all these things are the things I want to know, so I know what to sell to people that wants to come to work at Oak Center. So that's why I'm here.
What's the workforce again? You mentioned that number.
It will not be less than 600.
It will not be less than 600. That's employment for 600 people in the heart of Ogbomoso land.
Yes, indeed. Yeah.
I will recommend you to KBSC for a chieftaincy title.
Well, I'm waiting.
All right, thank you very much, Mrs. Adeloye. God bless you. My beloved sister, Funke Adeloye, God bless you. Thank you very much. All right, so what expectations do you have? I have a hand over here. Very quickly, please keep passing it. Thank you, wonderful people of Ogbomoso land. Thank you. Very good. So 30 seconds, young man, tell us your name. And
Thank you very much. My name is Gideon Joel, and personally, this summit is for people like me because I'm building a digital academy that is focused on training young people how to use their smartphones to start their career in tech. And we have trained over 700 individuals in the past few years, and we are looking forward to training even more people.
You have trained how many people?
Over 700.
Over 700?
Yes.
Here in the city of
across our virtual trainings. And most of them are entrepreneurs, they are tech innovators now, and they are doing well in the digital space. So we're expanding our reach, and I believe that summits like this is for people like me who want to learn more about my contribution into the economic development of this secondary city called Ogbomoso. And also, I would like to add that I saw the video of our king, His Imperial Majesty Oba Ghandi Afolabi Olaoye. He's meeting with the President of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, a couple of weeks ago, and I saw how he was sharing the visions and the potentials of this city, Ogbomoso, and I just want to see an explicit unraveling of more of this vision into this summit.
Where have you come from? Where have you traveled from? Or are you resident here?
I am a student here at Lautech.
You are a student?
Yes.
Here in Lautech?
Yeah.
Ladoke, Akintola University of Technology, Ogbomoso.
That's correct.
Please, once again, let's put our hands together for him. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome our royal father to the maiden edition of Ogbomoso Economic Summit and Exhibition 2025. His Imperial Majesty, Oba Ghandi Afolabi Olaoye III, the Soun of Ogbomoso land. One more time, let's welcome our royal father. Bring down the sound, please. His Imperial Majesty, Oba Ghandi Afolabi Olaoye III, the Soun of Ogbomoso land.
My name is Afolabi. I'm a video director and TV producer of Akomolowe on African Magic. Keep watching DriveTV.
olólùfẹ́ DriveTV àti gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí Fẹ́mi Sola ẹ máa wo DriveTV. Keep watching DriveTV.
My name is Wole Agba. Taking this time out to tell you all that you keep watching DriveTV. What drive ẹ̀wọ̀n ní ògo ẹ̀? What drive ẹ̀wọ̀n fulfilment? What drive ẹ̀wọ̀n bí tó bá lọ? Ó ní iṣẹ́ rẹ̀. Ibi ni kò máa wò DriveTV. Thank you. Chloe.
DriveTV, driving you around the world.